Good morning, rise and shine, and wakey, wakey. So, today I was thinking about this. Of course, you know it's a doozy because it is. Duality, the contrast. Without black, there's not white. Without white, there's not black. Without the sunlight, there's no dark. Without the dark, there's no sunlight. Like everything has the contrast. Everything is kind of oceaning, ebbing and flowing, the pendulum swinging back, forth, back, forth. This is with everything. This is just the cycle of what we come here to experience. So, when you know this, when you know that this pendulum is always swinging and it's going to go far right, far left, far right, far left, or maybe far up, far down, far up, whichever way it's going, the sucker's swinging. So if you know that, what can you do to prepare yourself for when the pendulum's going the other way? What can you do to prepare yourself when the tide is going out or the tide is coming in? Sometimes when that tide comes in, it knocks you down. Sometimes you laugh at yourself because you can't believe the strength in the tide as it comes in and literally knocks your feet right out from under you. Like, what kinds of things can you do to get yourself prepared for that? And I'm talking about up here. Of course, it's always up here. What can you do? What are the things that you can do so you can catch yourself and maybe see things from another perspective when the tide is out? A perspective maybe that you didn't see before. This really, this whole perspective thing keeps blowing my mind all over the place. Perspective. How many different perspectives can you bird's eye view everything from? Can you pull yourself out of your single focused, ego driven perspective? Because a lot of times, even inside us, there's 3, 4, 5, 6 perspectives going on, and you're like, what is that? What? How many things are going on in there? A lot. So, if you can pull yourself into these different perspectives, guess what it's giving you? Information. And information is key here, and everything's just information. If we start changing our story and looking at things differently and labeling things differently for ourselves, guess what? It's a tool. And it doesn't matter what kind of malarkey you're making up for yourself. If it works, use it. It is, again, your dream. This is your dream. So what works for you isn't going to always work for me. And what works for me isn't going to always work for you. Like I said, the beauty of it is taking the time to find those things that really sing to you, sing to your soul, sing to your heart, like have you walking on water and dancing and floating around. Like those are the things that we can go after that can pull us out of when the tide is coming out. It reminds you this too shall pass. And that is what I want you to think about today. What are the things that you focus on that you know, guess what? This is going to pass. This is just here right now. The whole adage, don't cry over spilt milk. If something's happened, let it be, let it go, let it be in the past where it belongs and move on to present moment. Because here is where you can, like I said, pull yourself out of your one single shot perspective and give you a bird's eye view of really what's going on. It takes you out of that victim seat. Nobody likes to be in that victim seat. Like, it's shitty being the victim. But guess what? It's an important piece for us to see a perspective. Whenever we experience something that we don't want, whenever we have those 1-star experiences, those 2-star experiences, guess what it shows us? What we don't want. That's exactly what it shows us. And that is just as important as knowing what you do want, because really, you don't really sometimes know what you do want until you know really for sure that's what I don't want. I may not know exactly where I'm going, but I know where I'm not going. So keep that in mind. Don't beat yourself up when you're having moments of clarity and you're like, say what? I think what? Like, be patient with yourself, be kind with yourself, because it is a process. We are either pulling layers off or putting layers on. We're doing both at the same time. Why? Because it's dualistic. Everything here is dualistic. So if you can keep that in your mind, it kind of helps you cope with things when they're not going per se your way, if you can remember, there's always a lesson in everything for us. We just have to find it. It's a game. Have fun with it. Why? Because it's your dream. So make it a good one. Bye.